What makes a good product? I can ask any one of you in this room, and perhaps someone will tell me that it is the team behind it. So what if that team, to 85%, consists of white, middle-aged men called Dave or John? Then are we really making good products for everyone? Because you know, that's basically what the tech industry looks like today. According to recent studies, gender-balanced teams have a strong correlation with performance. So science is telling us that a gender-balanced team will perform better than a team that is not gender-balanced, thus make better products. Still, inequality is glowing with its presence in the tech industry. Now, it doesn't have to be that way. And I'm here in Oslo today to share with you an idea of what you and I can do to make a difference. But let's start with some trivia on the matter. Did you know that the first programmer was a woman? Ada Lovelace is said to be the first person on Earth to realize the true power of the computing machine. And she even wrote a few algorithms to broaden the usage of it. Now, this was back in 1843, and here we stand almost 200 years later, having trouble recruiting women to tech. So naturally, I ask myself, what are we doing wrong? I mean, we try. We really do try. We create great initiatives to teach girls how to code. We create women in tech events to bring women to tech and help them find their passion for the industry. And how are these events working out for us? Be honest. Maybe not as good as we would want them to. At least not as fast as we would want them to. It is my opinion that we offer them too late. These women have already demonstrated an interest in tech by showing up there. And frankly, we need a bigger target group than that. Let's raise our hands. How many have ever bought their daughter or their friend's daughter or their sister's daughter a doll? Raise your hands. Look around the room, quite a few, right? Now keep your hands in the air if you've bought that very same girl a video game intended specifically for her to play with. Keep your hands where I can see them. Not as many hands in the air, right? That is the thing. We need our youngest girls to be curious about things, even technology. But if we hand them dolls to play with, then there is a chance that when they're old enough to be interested in technology, they have already decided that technology is a boys' club. It's not for me. Now, I'm a woman, and I'm a mechanical engineer, and I was a very curious child. I was never told what toys to play with, or more like, I got to play with whatever was there. Because when we came to Sweden as Yugoslavian refugees, honestly, my parents had more alarming things to think about than whether or not I was playing with dolls. And so most of the time, I wasn't. I played with an old inherited Nintendo, and at the time, no one made a big deal out of that. I was a kid playing a game. Now imagine me as a teen. I'm wearing the biggest Fila sweater you could ever imagine, and I've hidden my hair in a cap. I'm making my way to Gamers Paradise, which was the local internet cafe in Malmö, and I'm going there to play Counter-Strike with my friends. Now, I'm going there intentionally dressed like a boy. Why do you think that is? Because by that time, people had developed a fixed opinion on whether or not I should be playing video games, and they had started sharing those with me. I never wanted to be the girl that played video games. I just wanted to be a gamer. And so I went there, dressed like a boy, and I played. And after a while, I got sick of asking for help when things started breaking, so I learned how to fix a few things myself, like open up the computer, see what's in there. I even coded some basic HTML and CSS before I knew what that was, because I had a Lunar Storm profile page. I needed to make it sassy when I was a kid. I hung out there a lot. And in school, I even had a small CD cracking business. I was your go-to kid to get the next Sims expansion really cheap. And I loved that. So to me, there was never any industry that was more interesting in tech. Tech was me. Whether I was an obese Italian plumber or I was a blood elf rogue, it was always tech, and I was always me, doing something that I loved, something I was good at. So today, when people show up and they go, "You don't look like a gamer," or they say, "Are you a mechanical engineer?" I laugh it off, basically. But when I was a kid, those people could really get to me sometimes. Usually adults, making me feel different in a bad way. My parents' generation have, through their unconscious biases, affected the clothes we wear, the toys we play with, and definitely the educations we choose. And today, in 2018, I see parents making a similar impact. So we might as well blame this inequality thing on ourselves. Now, if you look at it, the challenge is quite simple. You and I, we're not some passive bystanders looking at life while it happens to us. We're the ones in charge of the future, and more importantly, we're the ones responsible for it. Not the schools, not the companies, us, as role models and as parents. So on to my idea on how we crack the code for equality in the tech industry. We let our boys play video games, and we let our girls play video games. As parents, we put aside our own presumptions, and we simply encourage our children to play with different things and find their own niche. If we do this, there will be no need for girls in college to learn how to code. Probably, if they want to, they will have done it by then, and the boys won't be way ahead. We won't need to introduce women to tech. We just need to allow our girls to interact with it. And how do I know that that will work? Well, I, for one, am a product of that theory. So let's do that together. Before I leave the stage, I want to leave you with a food for thought, something that we could do tomorrow, or the next time we go to a children's birthday party. I want to encourage you to get those children a video game, because few things are as actionable for creating equality in tech as awakening a tech interest at a young age. Our actions might spark the reactions that will fuel the future tech industry. Thank you.